All of a sudden, I hear this huge crash, like a pop, pop.
Happened around 9 p.m. Wednesday night, just past the intersection of Stone Ridge Drive. They believe speed may have played a factor and that the vehicle lost control and collided with a large oak tree. As you can imagine, the news of this incident has sent shockwaves around this community. A spokesperson for the Pleasanton Unified School District says they're providing resources for anyone who may need them.
It was shocking and emotional. Your heart breaks.
John Roderick's lives near where the crash happened and could hear and see the accident.
The fact that there were children involved and an entire family involved was enough for us to feel the need to reach out to students and staff to make sure that they were okay.
New information on that fatal crash. We have new details about the EV involved and the stretch of roadway that has already claimed many lives before.
Police say the vehicle did catch fire multiple times after the initial crash, but it is unclear in what role that might have played in the death of the family.
This accident happened on Foothill Road just after the traffic lights on Stone Ridge Drive. A neighbor tells us the family was on its way home after visiting friends. Something happened to make the driver veer off the road, hit a post, and slam into that tree.
All of a sudden, I hear this huge crash, like a pop, pop, like something like hit something. So I ran, told my husband, I go, honey, I heard a huge crash.
What Rochelle Dean heard around 9 last night was the sound of a deadly accident. Her husband had went to investigate and found a tragedy unfolding. A car left the road, hit a tree, bursting into flames.
I climbed a little hill, and that's when I saw the car. The pole was down.
A horrific scene on Foothill, a burning car. 2 adults and 2 children died.
I just said a prayer for the victims and their family, because no one should have to go through that. Yeah, I was still kind of startled this morning.
Rochelle says first responders were everywhere. Today, damage to the tree was visible. Police say the electric vehicle caught fire after the crash. Now they're trying to determine why the car left the road. They say at the moment they do not suspect foul play.
We saw friends of the family leaving flowers behind at the crash site. A car crashed on the western edge of the city on Foothill Road between Stone Ridge Drive and Las Positas Road. No other cars were involved. The car slammed into a tree and burst into flames, leaving behind a mess of mangled metal and a burn scar soaked with foam. Attempts to put that fire out.
John Roderick's lives near where the crash happened and could hear and see the accident.
Just popping noises, and then we looked out our window and saw fire.
He wonders how this crash could have happened, but he has noticed aggressive drivers on this stretch of Foothill Road.
Every night we hear cars going pretty fast on that road, and we've lived here for almost 10 years, and it's been a problem ever since.
Friends describe the family as very social and active in the community. The father enjoyed outdoor activities such as hiking and skiing.
See this and hear this.
He used to work with a man that died in the crash for roughly 5 years.
It's very shocking, very nice person, always, energetic, and it was always a pleasure to work with him and, talk to him, and we used to have a lot of conversation.
Many others stopped by, friends, neighbors, and kids that went to school with one of the children. The Pleasanton Unified School District says both were students, one in middle school and the other in elementary.
Police say they are actively investigating the crash and should have an update by Friday.
Now, this is not the first time that tragedy has struck on Foothill Road in Pleasanton. There have been 4 other deadly crashes in the last 2 decades, including one on Christmas night of 2019. Twin teenage brothers, their friend, were killed. Their car also slammed into a tree there. Our Juliet Goodrich was at the scene earlier today and says this road has a reputation.
I can tell you from growing up here in Pleasanton and living here as a resident now, Foothill Road has always been known as a dangerous stretch of roadway. And in particular, this spot right now where it just merges into one lane. You can see these cars right now going the speed limit, but sometimes that's not always the case.
This stretch of road is an eerie reminder for one Bay Area mom. Not a day goes by that Ana Reynoso doesn't think about her twin boys.
No, every day. And I celebrate them every day as if they were still alive.
Michael and Mark and the third teen, Javier Ramirez Jr., died on Christmas night in 2021 on Foothill Road as they were driving to help a friend. The twins were 16 at the time. This morning, Ana heard that another family died on the same road on Wednesday night. Ana calls the news triggering.
It was shocking and emotional. Yeah, it's very emotional, but your heart breaks. My condolences to them. I really hope their family heals, and I'm here for anything that they might need. They want to talk. I don't know what else to offer. I'm sorry.
Investigators say speed could have played a role as a car hit the curb and then a big oak tree before bursting into flames. Police also identify the car as a VinFast electric vehicle, but we don't know what model. NBC Bay Area has learned that the National Traffic Safety Administration has recalled certain 2023 VinFast models for speedometer and warning light errors. Drivers have also filed complaints with the agency about steering and lane departure issues with the vehicles, but it's unclear which models. The agency denied our request for an interview. Pleasanton police have not mentioned car malfunction as a possible cause, but Ana says don't forget about the risk that comes with the road itself. Issues ranging from speeds to turns to darkness.
We were devastated.
That's how Anjali Maskey felt when she found out her best friends were gone. She says her friends are Tarun and Rincy George and their two sons. Maskey says the family was coming home from a birthday party on Wednesday night when the crash happened. Now she's trying to console her child who played with their kids.
It's very hard for us to explain to children that a friend of theirs who's there like last night and this morning is not there.
Maskey says the boys went to Donlin Elementary School and Hart Middle School, where school officials have sent grief counselors. One man who lives off Foothill says he was outside when he heard explosions around 9 o'clock that night.
Every 5 to 10 seconds, they boom, boom. So maybe around 5 to 8 times.
Shortly after the sound of sirens, officials saying the electric car might have been speeding when it lost control and crashed into a tree. That tree now wrapped in flowers and debris. A cry from people who live nearby.
Need to slow down on Foothill Boulevard, please.